Hey guys, Anthony here with ARE Drywall and Drywall Repair here in North Texas. Continuing on with our sanding series in our Drywall Finishers University. So I showed you guys the different types of pole sanders. We sanded a bunch of this back here. I use a sanding sponge or a sanding block to get into the corners and do some fine tuning. But I did want to show you guys the vacuum sander. So with this one, you're going to use a netted. I mean, you can see right through it. Right, it's transparent. You can see a netted screen. This is 220. We're going to use that with this. These holes are going to allow for the vacuum to suck it up. So let me put this on here. There's a little wheel back here that you turn to hold it in place. You flip it over. Again, depending on your job size and your job, you may or may not need this. But if you're planning on doing repairs in a house and you need to mask everything off anyways, but if you want to keep dust down, now this minimizes dust, but it doesn't completely stop it. It's hard to do this with one hand. So what I like to do is I'll push up the excess that is kind of just hanging around there, push it up, and then with my finger, pinch it, tighten it. What I also like to do is I'll rip up the corners so that way it doesn't gouge. There's no hard lines or gouges in my sanding. Kind of looks like that. So then take this part, yank it onto the back of this hose. The hose is connected to my vacuum. It's gonna be a little bit loud. I don't know if the mic's gonna pick it up, but you'll see how it starts sucking it up. So if you notice from the last video when I used the regular sanding pole, this minimizes that dust a lot more. It captures it in the vacuum cleaner. Like I said, there is some dust, but it's a lot less. So this is a good investment. Like I said, they're kind of hard to come by. This one I got from Ames, but you can also get one at Harbor Freight. I've seen really good reviews on it. It's an orbit sander where it's not rectangle, but it's circle. And then they come with the sanding pads. So again, I used 220. That was the grid that I used for that wall. Final sand, you always want to use a higher 250, 220, 210. 100 is usually for your first couple of coats in between when you're brushing it. But that's the vacuum sander. All right, let's go on to the next one.